Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we celebrate Halloween, so we stop at Kuchta's Farm for some fall fun. And it's a classic, witch finger cookies with my niece, Brunhilde. But first, there's Ghost, and they're walking the streets in Youngstown. The historical Youngstown Ghost Tour is haunted with visiting ghosts from Youngstown's past. We go to the late 1700s and we encounter John Young, our city's founder. Then we see somebody from the late 1970s, an out-of-work steelworker heading to a show over at the Tomorrow Club. There's all kind of historical figures. Buster the Bookie. There is old Snooty Rosemary, the Strauss shopper, and business owner Maggie Armstrong. I mean, it's a really fun, creepy history lesson with the characters from Youngstown's rich past. Well, one of the stops on the tour is Strauss. Well, now it's called Federal Place. And we have got Rosemary Harrison here, who was a shopper at Strauss back in the day, and she is performed by Celine. So how'd you find out about Rosemary?
How did I find out? I was introduced to her from the ghost store.
Cool. So now we're gonna find out what it was like when you were shopping at Strauss's. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Will you please clear a path for me? I will not be treated like a simple commoner. Do you know who my husband is? Mr. John Harrison of the Youngstown Sheet and Tube, of course. He will make mincemeat out of you when he learns that you have failed to assist me.
And I say, let freedom ring. And true freedom. I'm talking about real freedom. It starts with every last one of us. And this sweet song, it can only ring loud and clear till it holds the voices of all who have suffered and just made to feel made to feel insignificant upon this earth.
How you all doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm okay. Well, as you know, my name is Maggie Armstrong, and you know what? I was just downtown in this area today shopping for my daughter. She's 6 years old. It's funny how time flies. She was just a baby. It's so good to have something to be happy for, and I want you to feel good about yourself and always think big.
Well, I'm here to tell you guys about the Buckeye Elks. Have anybody here actually heard of the Buckeye Elks? I know Youngstown had its fair share of hard knocks, but I have to say I am so proud of the Buckeye Elks name can still live on through people like you guys. Now, I know a lot of people say ghosts and hauntings are very scary, but no, not when you have a town that keeps a name like Buckeye Elks alive, who just wants to see their people thrive and the kids grow and be very prosperous and reach their full potential. Now, with a spirit like that don't sound half bad now, do it? Okay.
So yeah, when I heard Meatloaf was coming to town, I knew I had to spend a little bit of cash, see him play, shake off some worries and fears, and just enjoy a night out. He seems like he gets us. His opening act was okay. Tom something and the Heartbreakers? They were all right, but I was here to hear Meatloaf. What's that one line he has? Nothing ever grows in this stunted old hole, and everything is broken and lost, and nothing ever rocks, and nothing ever rolls, and nothing's really worth the cost. I don't know what's coming tomorrow. I don't know where I'll be. God knows if this city can survive this. When one mill closes, the others aren't going to be that far behind. It's hard to stay positive.
What was the bug?
Yeah.
That was, the bug was, yeah, it was, 547. We put, 15 on Jimmy Two Legs.
With gusto. Wake up, Youngstown. Let's violate a noise ordinance, okay?
Yeah.
Legally. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Buster! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Buster the Bookie? Who wrote that? Was that you? Did you write? It should say Benjamin the legitimate businessman. What are you doing? All right, well, if anybody wants to join me behind here for some legitimate business.
Come on in, hurry up, hurry up. I got a great story to tell you. All right, listen, I know the whole town's been buzzing about Mr. George Wick on the Titanic, and he was last seen waving as the ship pulled away from the harbor. But unfortunately, we have no official word as to if he's made it home safe or anything of the sorts. But I do got good news instead, though. So, I saw with my own two eyes a survivor. Her name, Miss Shanini George of 390 East Federal Street. First Youngstown survivor to come back home.
When she saw little Rosie on the platform, she let out such a wail and burst through the crowd, running toward the child. It wrapped her in such a hug. Women from all over gathered around him. We all started crying. It was infectious.
Oh, look at this crowd coming to the theater. I work here at the Warner Theater. I'm Natalie. Have you had a chance to see some of the other theaters tonight? Oh, why, if it isn't Mr. Sam Warner himself. But wait, no, it can't be. He died several years ago. It must be my eyes playing tricks. Oh well, I better get back to work. Welcome in, folks. Come on in.
That big opening that the usherette was talking about outside back in 1931, my brothers had arranged for that to be the opening of our new Warner Theater, which you stand in today. And it was dedicated to me and my memory. The past, it only helps when it leads to a good future. Us, the ghosts you've met along the way, we're Youngstown's past. And you're its bright future. And I leave this city in your capable hands. Thank you all very much, and have a good night.
When I want great entertainment, I watch the Casey Malone Show.
Don't miss the Casey Malone Show. Due to Big Ten football on NBC, watch the Casey Malone Show on Sundays at 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. on WBCB and anytime on CaseyMaloneShow.com. I return to primetime December 7th on WFMJ.
This is GABA Camp, an all-inclusive resort campground for our friends with disabilities. We're not done. Let's help our friends with disabilities. We need additional cabins and a lodge. Donate now, GABACamp.com. Giving is living.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Hi, I'm Robbie Fellman.
And I'm John Stanko from Boardman Subaru.
Subaru is the best-selling all-wheel drive brand in America for the last 10 years.
And rated #1 in safety for 4 years in a row.
Come and see the legendary Subaru Forester, all new and fully redesigned for 2025.
Or check out the 7-passenger Subaru Ascent, a top-ranked 3-row SUV according to Motor Trend.
Award-winning vehicles and award-winning service.
Only at Boardman Subaru, just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
Locally owned, Hurricane Health and Wellness will help you weather the storm of your weight loss struggles. Safe and discreet, our experienced telemed team will prescribe the proper weight loss medication. Powerful weight loss solutions. Hurricane Health and Wellness.
Shop C-Max Northside Appliance in Struthers, the local appliance store that beats big box prices every day.
3 generations serving Youngstown, Ohio, soon to be our 4th.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Brunhilde, here with my lovely niece, Cruella. And today we're going to prepare for you a family favorite, our severed witch's finger cookies.
Yes, we love to serve them to our guests for our Halloween party.
That's right, let's get started, Cruella. For this recipe, you'll need 30 blanched almonds, 2 large eggs, 1/4 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/2 cup butter at room temperature, 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, 5 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 pinch of salt, 1 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and 2 tablespoons of food coloring, your choice.
And don't forget the iron newt.
Before we get the batter started for our cookies, we've preheated the oven to 350, and we'll get our fingernails painted. These blanched almonds will serve as the fingernails. Now, Cruella, what color would we like our fingernails to do?
Black and green.
I love that color, black fingernails and green. So we'll let these soak in the food coloring while we get everything together. Now we'll crack the egg and we're going to just remove the yolk. And we'll leave all the egg whites in the bowl for later use. So now we'll put the egg yolk over here. We'll crack the other egg. Add the vanilla. And whisk this up, because we'll be adding this to the batter in a little bit. All right, in our cauldron, Cruella, let's first add the butter. Very good. Now let's put in the powdered sugar.
In here.
Yes, drop that right in there. Oh, you do that so well. Now, let's add the granulated sugar. Beautiful. And now let's add a pinch of salt. Beautiful, Cruella. All right, now we'll combine these on medium speed for just a few moments until they're well combined. Oh, this looks fine. Now, we'll add the egg mixture with the vanilla and beat it again over medium for 2 minutes longer. Oh, this is coming along beautifully, Cruella. It's thoroughly combined. And now it's time to add our flour. Would you be of service and help me with that? While the mixer's running, a little bit at a time, keep adding the flour. Would you do that for me, Cruella?
Yes, I would, Brunhilde.
All right. Thank you, my love.
Is this good?
That is beautiful. Start adding the flour. Oh, wonderful. Keep adding it until that bowl is empty. All right, Cruella, look at this beautiful cookie dough. Let's remove it from the bowl and then put it in the refrigerator for a half hour or so to get it nice and chilled, so it will be easier for us to work with.
May I help you wrap it?
Oh, yes, you may, my love. Please, put that over the top, and we'll seal it perfectly. Keep it nice and airtight. Now, we'll pop this in the fridge for a half hour. All right, before we roll the fingers out, let's get our fingernails out of the dye, and we'll let them dry a bit before we add them to the cookie. Oh, Cruella, that is a beautiful black color. Look at the beautiful green. We'll roll it now on a floured surface. We want them to be fairly thin, about 3 to 4 inches long.
Like this one, right?
Yes, just like our fingers.
Me roll some?
Sure.
On the plate?
Go right ahead. Now, while you add the fingernails to each cookie, I'm going to take a knife and just score some wrinkles in so it looks just like a knuckle. I love the colors of those fingernails. The green and the black are absolutely terrifying. Cruella, please brush these with the egg white before we put them into the oven. Oh, very nice job. And now, Cruella, into the oven for 12 minutes until golden brown. So, Cruella, let's try our fingers. They look wonderful. Magnificent. What should we drink with our wonderful witch's fingers?
Ghost blood.
Why, ghost blood is a splendid idea. Cheers, my love. Delicious. For the complete recipe, go to KCMaloneShow.com.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavors.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
Locally owned, Hurricane Health and Wellness will help you weather the storm of your weight loss struggles. Safe and discreet, our experienced telemed team will prescribe the proper weight loss medication. Powerful weight loss solutions. Hurricane Health and Wellness.
For over 75 years, Kamara Jewelers has been the destination for quality jewelry. Our collection has a piece for everyone, in every occasion. Whether you're starting a new chapter, celebrating a milestone, or showing appreciation for the special people in your life, you can find a piece that reflects your love. At Kamara, we're about timelessness. Our jewelry isn't just for special occasions, it's for everyday moments that deserve a touch of elegance.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Given is living.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid. I'm here, Amanda Kuchta and her son Noah, and we are now in Goatville, but there is so much to do at this farm. I mean, we are in like the kids area, right? All through here, we've got the bales of hay.
Mm-hmm.
And what else do we have for the kids?
So there's a little bit of everything. So we have the red pumps right there. Those are duck races. So you can pump them and water flows back and forth. You put little rubber ducks in and you can race them back and forth.
Okay.
The tubes just past that are, we call them rail rollers. So they're kind of like giant hamster wheels. So you literally get in them and walk or run and they run down like a track. We have a giant bubble table. There's the big one out there is a corn crib. So it's basically a giant sandbox full of corn for the kids. Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
It's really popular.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
You like the corn crib, Noah?
Yeah. Do you like that?
Come on, you and me are gonna go jump in it, okay? Come on, buddy.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of different
That's a good
stuff.
idea.
Yeah.
So you grow, this all is yours.
Yep.
This is your corn, and
Yep.
then this is where the maze is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The cornfield is the maze. Yep.
And
about 10 acres or so, right around there.
10 acres
Yeah.
of a maze. Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Sunflowers, pumpkins. We're going to take a little tour of the farm. And this is definitely some family fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right here. It's really close. I
Yeah.
mean, you are right here, Trumbull County.
Right.
Everybody could come and take advantage of this.
Yep, exactly.
So what, the large is the hard and the small is the easy?
No, so actually both QR codes show the whole maze, but the hard one, like if you scan it when it brings the map up on your phone, it's a fog overlay, so you don't actually see the maze. And then when you start walking, it slowly reveals where you've walked, so you can't actually see where you're going until you start walking it. But now the easy one shows you everything, so you can kind of plan ahead like your route that you want to take. But the hard one, until you get there, then it reveals like the next little section, you can decide where to go.
Does anybody get lost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how do you get them? How do you find them?
Usually they'll
Your
call us.
helicopter in?
Yeah. They call us and we'll kind of try and guess, like, do you remember where you were last by? Do you remember seeing like a station out there with a number? We kind of try and go off that route. Because there's about 10 stations out there this year. So if they kind of say, oh, well, I was by like station 8, maybe 5 minutes ago, then we kind of have an idea of at least what section of the maze to go to.
So how big is this maze?
It's just around 10 acres.
10 acres?
Yeah.
So
Yep,
what
right
do you
around there.
think the average time to get through it is?
Well, so this is our first year doing like actual QR codes and a GPS guided map. Usually we would just give you a card and you were on your own. So, I mean, it would take a good hour at least or so. This year with the easy maze, it's a lot quicker. You could probably do it in, I mean, if you just went and got all the stations, maybe like half hour, 40 minutes. If you do the hard one where you like really can't plan ahead and have no idea where you're going, it could take a while.
So how many pumpkins do you grow each year?
Probably, we sell around 20,000 pumpkins.
20,000 pumpkins?
Yeah.
Gourds and
Good
pumpkins. 20,000. And then when do you plant them?
Usually right around Memorial Day is when we...
They grow that quickly.
Yeah.
And people love fall.
Yes.
And they love Halloween. And they can't wait to get their fall decor out.
Yes.
And have you always grown pumpkins? I mean, this is your family's farm.
Yeah. 93 we started growing pumpkins, so.
Are any of these pie pumpkins?
Not out here. We do sell them, but they're
You
not
do?
out here, yes.
That is really good eating.
Yes.
I mean, I like pumpkin.
Yes.
I am trying to find more recipes that include, I made a pumpkin pasta.
Okay.
I've done, of course, pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I don't think I've ever really been in many pumpkin patches.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, this is neat. So now let's go and see your pumpkin selection.
Okay.
Do you get people that come like right before Halloween? Like people only decorate on Christmas Eve? Do you get any of those people that just buy right before the holiday?
Quite a few do that, yeah. Especially on these bigger ones that you're seeing here, yeah.
And are these all the same kind?
No.
How can you tell the difference between all
Well,
of them?
it's kind of hard to tell. We have an idea on some of them, but not all of them. It's hard to tell.
And this is all labor intensive.
Yes.
Because you can't send a machine out to the field and say, it's every man, woman, and child picks them and puts them in a cart.
Yep, you got it. You got it.
Wow. And when do you start picking them?
Labor Day weekend. Labor Day,
so you plant Memorial.
Yes.
And Labor, so
we'll
the first
start,
and
we'll
end,
start,
right.
Yeah, we start on Labor Day. Now, that doesn't mean they're all ready, but that's what they are.
So then you have, unfortunately, we're here towards the end. So for the sunflowers.
Yes.
Do you have to plant the seeds or do they regenerate because they're in there?
No, then we have to plant them every year.
Every year?
Yeah.
How many do you plant every year? I mean, that goes on forever.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what we plant as far as.
Wow. Now I think it's time for a donut.
Yes, I agree.
I want to have one of these apple cider donuts I've been hearing about.
Yes.
Oh, I see it. I like it because it's kind of it really falls all over it. It's a little thinner than real thick and gooey. Oh, good job. How many donuts do you make on a weekend? Hundreds.
Hundreds.
So you've mastered this. And what are the best sellers?
Probably regular. Yeah.
Everybody likes plain. It's like vanilla, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest selling ice cream is vanilla. So you get a donut, you get an apple slushie, and you're good to go.
Yes.
So this is the big mega dog, huh?
Yeah.
And people love these things.
Oh, yes.
If you have not had an apple slushie, it is as good as everyone says. I was like, how good can this really be?
Yeah.
It's really good. Want some?
You like the strawberry.
You like the strawberry slushie. Well, the general store has lots of local items and lots of craft items, and of course that delicious apple cider and milk. It's got everything here. And look, it is a true family operation. Carol reached out to me, Ryan's mom. And then we've got Everett, the newest addition. And where'd Noah go? There you are. So really you should come out. I mean, they've got, you'll be here for hours, and I really enjoyed my time with the Kuchtas. This was really nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you reached out to me, Carol. The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.